and that's the only area I'm priming. Except the Optimus priming. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Alright, this is going to be a $6 Million Man update. But before I get to that, as you can see, what's been going on the old workbench here is I'm trying to sort out all my miscellaneous end of stroke switches. Because remember, I was looking for some for $6 Million Man, and there's so many different kinds and styles. These are Data East Sega. These two, I think those might be Williams. Those are similar but different. They got like a wider base. These guys, I don't know what the heck. This for sure is a Williams. Part number SW1A194. Anyway, I made a post about that. See if all these can be identified. These came from, they're leftovers from my kit there. So, well, looks like I got a few leftovers. And I accumulate crap from time to time, so it all just piles up. But these guys are 180-512401. So, trying to solve that mystery. And then I got some parts with the machine once, and I'll talk about that in the near future. Did I mention it yet? I don't think I did. Another top secret mission. But anyway, this paperwork came with some parts that came with the machine. Oh, look at this. I guess we'll show this again. This is the Orbital Albert card. Pinball nerds. He's not podcasting anymore. Albert Agar. He was a Londoner and moved out east and is raising lots. He's collecting way more farm animals than he is pinball machines these days. But yeah, so this is going up in the basement somewhere. Albert, I'll find a good spot for you. Maybe my fridge. We'll find somewhere to put you. But yeah, that is pretty sweet. So that's the Pinball Nerds player cards. I think Albert is player card number 01. And drop target Danielle is 001. So I wonder who is number 2. Or 3 or 4. Anyway, now, just for fun, I've ordered from Pinball Resource many times. Many times. What is going on here? Like, this is the paperwork that came with the parts that came with the machine. Pinball Resource has a friggin' flyer. How did I not know this until now? Like, or I did and I just forgot, but this is pretty cool. A unique blend of parts, service, and technical support. Tech support? Pinball Resource supplies tech support? Vast technical information. Oh, maybe like in the form of manuals and stuff like that. But I thought I'll have to go over this in a little more detail, but they've been serving the pinball hobby since 1977. Holy. One of these days, Steve Young is not going to be here, and we're going to all be very, very sad. And what's going to happen to Pinball Resource? Man, oh man, I don't want to think of that day. I've talked to Steve Young on the phone many times. I actually did an order recently for the very first time through email, because it was easy. Every other time, it's been calling Steve and talking to him directly. And he's so interesting to talk to. Once he realizes you're not just like a moron, hey, you got the plastic piece for the top right corner of my machine. You know, once he realizes that if you can speak the lingo, like, I need a EOS part number, 180-512401, do you have that? If he knows you speak the language and you're not a complete moron, and you get past that hurdle, he opens up and he talks some awesome pinball and stories, and he's just such a wealth of pinball knowledge. Anyway, look at this. There's just so much cool stuff here. Encyclopedias are currently on sale. Encyclopedia of Pinball, Volume 1 and 2. Schematics, manuals, technical reference books. Anyway, this is stuff I just I never seen this paperwork before, so I wanted to look at it briefly, but so much cool stuff. I mean, a lot of it's on the website, probably. Yeah, but yeah, if you need a Bally gate assembly, look at this. It looks like it's even written in hand, $12.34. This one's actual in ink. Oh, maybe not. It kind of looks like it's, well, at least written after the fact or something. It kind of look like they're written in some of these. It's just so old school. It's like awesome. Well, anyway, there it is. Pinball resource. Just like handwritten, like everything's handwritten. All this. You don't use no computer. Just writes it all down and prints it off on the old printer. Friggin' awesome. And then an all-tech flyer. Okay. And then Pintastic and a Saratoga Pinball Arcade Show. Never heard of that one. So this is 2019, so that tells you how old this paperwork is. A couple years old. 19, 20, 21. Oh, 3 years? 3 years now, I guess. Well, around there. Okay, so what's going on over here? Check this out. $6 Million Man is not in the aisle anymore. I had a couple people over on the weekend and decided to move it out of the aisle because it's totally playable, and set it up in the lineup. And look, back glass has finally made it out of my bedroom. So there it is. Doesn't that look good? It's in really nice shape. Oh, I see a scratch. One little scratch right there. But all in all, it's in real nice condition. And okay, we played like, I don't know, let's just say a couple 4-player games, so 8 minimum, and then a bunch of single games. So let's say 20, 30 games on this probably. And didn't notice a single issue pop up yet, so that's pretty sweet. And I did just finally clean the drop targets. And I repinned another connector in the back box just for posterity. No, I shouldn't use words I don't know. Posterity. Let's look that up one day. Because I thought it was a good thing to do, with just extra little bulletproofing. So like I have to wait probably a good, I don't know, couple weeks for my flipper rebuild kit to come in the mail. So I think that, and I certainly can't bring in another project very comfortably, you know. I mean, in theory I could put a machine there, but that would just be too much, because if Transformers sells, then $6 Million Man, I guess it could go beside Whitewater, but I'd rather clear out space before I fill it up with the next project, which I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. But, and other side note, I removed, well, I didn't remove, but I didn't put back on the old super scratchy Playfield glass. And I found a piece that is near mint, tiniest couple scratches at the bottom. It was probably new when I installed it on, I think this was on Pinball Magic. I stole it from Pinball Magic. And it's, you know, pretty darn near new. A couple minor scratches. So I stuck that on here. It looks beautiful. That old glass that's on there is just like a case of emergency. But yeah, so fitting the lineup nicely. I mean, I got coin door open and lock bar and glass off, but it still looks good. And yeah, held up very nicely on the weekend. So while I wait for flipper rebuild stuff, I think I have decided I am going to attempt a few Playfield touch-ups. I don't know to what degree, but knowing me, once I bust out the markers, it's hard to put them down until I'm satisfied. So I'm going to probably go over these inserts, have a look, and let's zoom in here. Just going to trace out the black lines a little bit over here. Probably going to do this area because it's front and center. If I can color match this blue, then I can do this area, these lines. I already did this back in the day for fun, the black and a little bit of yellow. And then, I don't know if I have the colors out. Probably should do all this. Maybe I'll trace out the black lines at least up here. The thing is, every time I do a touch up in an area, I'm gonna have to clear coat that area. I just don't want it to be blotchy and look dumb. But Corey did say when I touched up his area here that the clear coat, the matte clear coat, he said it blended like perfectly and you couldn't even tell. So that's definitely promising if I have to like touch up just little certain areas with clear coat. Yeah, so I've got some time to kill. I only just placed the order today for my rebuild kit, but I think that's really about it. Flipper rebuild, play testing, and by the way, the up-down post was working perfectly. Gate was working great. Only problem is with the gate. The way to open the gate is to spell 50,000, and it's not that easy to do. And like that is a big reward. So you're really getting rewarded for your reward. And we only did it really a couple times. I mean, there is definitely a luck factor when you fire the ball up here, whether you're going to get a 5 or a 0. And, you know, this is like 80% of the space, and this is 10, and this is 10. So it's kind of got like a 20% shot up there. And a 10% chance to get the 5 or 0, depending on what you're going for. So I think I'm going to do me some touch-ups. It'll finish the playfield off nicely, and I gotta wait. And I gotta sell transformers so I can make space. But problem is, if I sell transformers, that just means Whitewater is gonna go there. And then eventually I'll sell $6 million man. Oh, I think I just saw some dust. I was wondering. Oh, I know why, because I'm at 0.5. I was wondering, but this is 0.1, 16 by 9. I don't think this setting picks up any dust. So, anyway, I'm going to do me some touch-ups. And, oh, another cool thing happening very shortly is there's like a high-stakes pinball game between, I think it's Carl D'Angelo and Johnny Monica and Raymond Davidson, and I'm not even sure. I only saw it briefly on Pinball Profiles. Like, they're playing for $2,000, a bunch of different games, including Mystery Castle from Indisc Finals, and that's happening very shortly. It sounds like it's going to be a blast, so I'm going to throw that on in the background and or foreground while messing around with this stuff. So I got to tune in. Okay, here it is. I found it. Look, it's 8:56, and it's Raymond Ashby, not Raymond Davidson, Jim Belcito, Carlo D'Angelo, Johnny Modica on IE Pinball. Wait, is this? Yeah, here it is. High stakes battle today. Tune in at 6 p.m. Watch these guys duke it out for $2,000 in prize money. And look, they're playing JJP, Pirates of the Caribbean, Stern Star Trek, Avengers, Godzilla, and Mystery Castle. 3210 scoring. Oh, and plundering is on, so you can steal people's gold, I guess. I don't know that game that well. First game, and all positions are randomly drawn. Loser of each game gets choice, and heckling is allowed. So I think this is going to be awesome. IE Pinball. I'm going to cue this up. And yeah, there we go. Get that ready. And then this is from trying to get into Yegpin on the weekend. Error. Yeah, we spent about an hour and 15 minutes hitting the refresh button to try and get into Yegpin. Some people got in, some people didn't. But now those who didn't get in, like me, have to go into the lottery, but there's going to be a live draw for this lottery. Sunday. This Sunday coming up, March 6th, I think it is. So watch that and root for me and Sean Russell. If either one of us gets in, then we can bring the other guy along. So hopefully that happens. Oh man, this is just like Yegpin, all the hype and then a no-go. Just kidding. These guys were gonna play for the big money, but Johnny Modica couldn't make it, so they're gonna reschedule, and instead of playing for $2,000, they're gonna play for $5 a head. So it'll still be awesome. I think Carl's trying to make partner with Twitch, so good luck, brother, and you kids have fun, and time to do some touch-ups. Alright, I just spent, I don't know, 45 minutes maybe, something like that, just tracing out black lines. I still got to fill in some colors, and I'm not done yet, but just by filling in the black circles, things are looking better, like pretty much, you know, around the rollovers. I think I've done pretty much every insert. These guys turned out well, except I haven't touched these guys or these guys yet, but I think every insert in the middle here I've touched. Maybe not the two outlane specials. Couple little black lines here and there on the rollover switches. So, I mean, it's looking better already. And it wasn't that challenging. Got to keep a steady hand. The inserts, you know, sometimes are not perfectly flat, right? So it's either raised or lowered a smidge, and the pen, like the marker, paint marker, wants to go in the groove, but if you slip out of the groove, you can make a mess. So got to go with the groove and stay in the groove, man. But I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. I'll come back tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna fix that, and I figure if I spend another maybe hour or two at most, I can, for 3 hours max, I can make a significant difference in the cosmetics of the playfield there. So I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll finish off this episode. Okay, back in the basement for some more touch-ups for $6 Million Man. Look, might be time to bust out this. This is from the art store, and 15-piece brush set, so I can get me some real fine brushing action if I need. Got a tray from the dollar store for mixing. We're gonna have to mix up some colors. So I've not really done much color matching in my life, but I actually, last night when I went to bed, I turned on Joe's Classic Arcades because I heard and seen that he was doing a $6 Million Man, and I saw that one of his recent videos was on touching up $6 Million Man, of which I've done recently at Corey's place. But I thought I'd check out his strategies and actions, and the action on Joe's Classic Arcade channel. Not really checking out his actions per se. That's not what I really meant to say, but you know what I mean. Anyway, he did a really good job, and he's really good at color matching. I mean, he is not actually Joe. Joe is, I think, the owner of the place, and or his partner at least, and I forget what his actual name is that does all the repair work, but he's amazing, by the way. And I watch a lot of him and learn a lot. So yeah, watched him touch up $6 Million Man last night. Did a great job. Color matching, that's what I need to work on today. That'll be fun to try and see if I can succeed. Next, we got Albert Agar's Pinball Nerds podcast player's card. We're gonna get that situated, so I figure, boom, there you go, brother. That is where your spot is going to be for now, and maybe forever. Also, look what I found this company today. Mercury Blueprinting, because Staples is expensive. So I will have a scan, I have a manual, I have a schematic, let's try and say that in English, for my harem, which is by Playmatic. I have a video of it. You can check it out, just me kind of checking it out. Check me out, checking harem out. Anyway, someone, Evan Taylor, shout out, was requesting. He saw in my video that I had a schematic. He has one, a harem, and could have really used this help. So he asked if I could scan it. Like, man, it cost me $30 last time I did that when I had Bally Joust. Old zipper flipper game, 1969. The Internet Pinball Database did not have the schematic, so I went to Staples and got it scanned and uploaded it. It is now available, Internet Pinball Database. Cost me 30 bucks, I think. I'm like, I'm not doing that again. So I called around, called one business. They said, nope, I don't have a scanner that big. Call this Mercury Blueprinting. Called them, said, this is like 27 inches by 17 inches. Like, okay, come on by, $5. I was like, okay. Drove there, walked in, gave them the schematics. He's like, oh, I can do it right now. Zip. It's like, okay, I can bill you $5. Done. It's like in and out in 5 minutes. Got me a PDF in no time. Mercury Blueprinting. They gave me a sticker, so maybe I'll stick that somewhere because I'll be using them for scanning future schematics, especially or mainly if the Internet Pinball Database does not have the schematic. Then it would be good to upload this. So this I have submitted to Internet Pinball Database. So if you have a Playmatic harem, the single player version, you soon will be able to see the schematics. Yay. So that happened today. And this is going to be happening tonight. I'll spend a couple hours-ish on this guy and see if we can finish off these touch-ups. This zone, if I can color match. See, this blue up here may not have faded the same as this blue down here or this blue over here. So we don't know if I color match the blue up here, if it'll match all blue, but I think it's going to be close enough. If I get something close, then I'll just touch up all those areas. Fortunately, this is in much better starting condition than Corey's was or Joe's Classic Arcades was. So I don't have to do near as much on this one. A little bit of teal, a little bit of red here, but the main area is friggin' luxury compared to the other two I've seen. So that's what we're gonna do. Finish this off, hopefully. See if we can have some color match luck. So let me at it. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I might be done with the black for now. I touched up a little bit more in this area. And went over these inserts again. I went over these inserts and then the lines that were missing. I got some text missing as well under the spinners there. And then I went over every single one of these inserts. They were like pretty, missing lots of black. And then on the other side as well. They look much better now. They kind of mostly looked like the 5X. See how it's missing paint. And then I started doing this area here, and I made an accidental line right here. So I'm going to basically bust out my primer and kind of blotch that out and start over again, but it's okay. My lines aren't very perfect, but it's better. So pretty near being done with the black. I may not deal with all that up there. I may leave well enough alone up there, but focus on that area. That, in the middle. Okay, well, what am I gonna do next? Yeah, I think I'll focus on repairing this with my primer while that's drying. Then I will work on any red, because that's easy, I think. And maybe orange. I don't know. I may have to mix colors, so we'll see. I'll be back. Okay, busted into my new paintbrushes. I got a clean this guy up. I tried to pick one of the finest ones. And there's my, just my primer. Is that English? Acrylic Gesso, Liquitex, somewhere. I think it's called primer, maybe. Surface preparation for all acrylic and oil paints. There you go. Okay, so I kind of just corrected my mistakes there. Primed up some areas so that things are nice. And that's the only area I'm priming. Except the Optimus priming. Alright, I think my red acrylic is pretty close to what I need. I already touched up the top right there. Maybe it's a little lighter, but let's see how this goes. If needed, I can always re-go over the black, but you know. I think without bothering with color matching, I can completely take the slightest tinge off and not have to color match. Let's is there any other significant, not significant, but a couple more red areas here. Let's check this out. I picked the definitely shortest and finest brush out of the pack for this, and it's still, I could go even finer. I feel like I'm gonna have to bust out the black again once I'm done with color. Just go over black one more time everywhere for the final piece of the puzzle. But yeah, I like it. Okay, well, I don't know, we're kind of on a roll here. Is this dry? I don't know that it's dry yet, and I probably should focus a little more, but you know, you can do little stuff like this too. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, okay, I'll do that after. I'm just gonna set the camera down and then I'll be back. Alright, you want the good or the bad news? Okay, so I didn't end up using this green, but I did use a few brushes, these colors. I tried a little bit of color matching. I failed, okay? I used this blue for teal, I used this orange for orange, this red for red, white for white, black for black. I didn't color match anything there. And my blue color matching for the main playfield didn't go very well. I tried to like use a piece of plastic and it doesn't look too bad, and mix it on the plastic right on top of the playfield so you could see. And I was like, oh man, this is pretty close. And it's, you know, I didn't mix a lot of it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna roll with it. And I had to paint it all quick before it dried up on me. So that's what I did for blue. You can see I look like a bit of a smurf here. Okay, so this is where we're at. Okay, what have you seen? What haven't you seen? Okay, here's the teal or blue. You can see spots that are a little lighter. And here it's a little more obvious. Here. Stand back like this. Oh, I just posted a video about London Pinball. And I just, so I don't know if you've seen it yet, but Corey just texted me. And it just says, bro. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet. Anyway. Oh, I missed a bit of red here. Okay. Oh, and I missed a bit of blue there. Oh, I better get my blue before it dries out. But you can see kind of this area is a little better. Pop bumpers, it's still wet. It's not perfect, but it might look better than wood. And then here, see how blue this is compared to these guys? Orange is not bad, red's not bad. Anyway, it is looking better. I still got work to do, but I better get on that, any other blue, before that dries out, because I don't want to try and mix it exactly again, but I'll be back. Okay, I think I'm done. Well, I thought I was done, then I remember I got some letters to write. Now, if my color matching was on par, then it would be pretty awesome overall. Since it's not on par, it's not exactly awesome, but it's a lot better. I'll show you after. Let's just finish this. That'd be fun to screw this up live. Oh, there goes my lid. Let's see. I left the tiniest little bit of this S. I kind of primed it in blue to leave a little bit of the lettering so I could kind of work from that. I know this is enthralling footage here, yeah? It kind of looks like that S, sort of. That's what I'm going for. If I screw it up, I can always redo it. But the I, there's a little bit of that left. That ain't covering worth a crap. Kind of blend that in down there, maybe. Okay. Here's my attempt. It's like my marker's so watery. I like marker though, it's easier to work with. Paint marker, whatever you want to call it. Paint pen. If that was going on. So I might need to just touch up the blue in between. But yeah, my P looks a little different. It's not bad. I mean, from afar, I just got to touch up a little bit in between the letters with blue. I'll just use a blue marker or something that's pretty close. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to have to clear coat like pretty much the entire darn playfield now. Alright, here we go. This is pretty much the finished product. This is a close-up look. And then we can, I don't know why I need a light and a light, but whatever. It's looking better. Alright. This side over here, I mean, you can see. Maybe I'm just going to get rid of this trouble light. I think that's just more trouble than it's worth. Okay. Looks a little splotchy. Okay. Good thing all these touch-ups are kind of behind the pop bumpers. Do you think that looks better than wood? I'm going to say it looks better than wood. Okay. Oh yeah, so have a look at this middle thing here. You know, it's better than it was. I'd say that's better than wood for sure. The blue, I don't know. Wood almost might look better. I really should have spent some more time color matching. But, oh well, I didn't. Was trying not to spend 10 hours on this, but probably going to be there anyway. Well, realistically, I'd say maybe by the time I clear coat it, 4 hours to do all these touch-ups, something like that. I didn't do anything up there, leaving well enough alone. But main areas. Okay, let's get rid of the trouble light out of the. You can turn it right off and hang it up over here. Okay, now let's do our kind of far away view. And let's turn on the machine too, because that's when you're really going to be looking at it. You're going to be looking at it while it's off. You're going to be playing it. Okay, here we go. We're lit up. So now let's kind of just do a little bit more of a bird's eye view, a little bit up higher. How does the splotchiness look over there? With all the LED lighting, kind of takes your eyes away from it a little bit. There we go. There's our aerial view, bird's eye view. from, you know, standing at the front of the machine. Looks pretty good. If you're like standing here, don't look so good. So don't stand there when you're watching me play. Stand over my shoulder like this. There we go. So that's it. I'm done with touch-ups. Overall happy very much, except with the color matching, and I'm not going back over everything that I don't like the teal and the blue. But for a 40-year-old machine, doesn't that look pretty darn good? You know, I'd say that's a good gallery shot right there. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. Just waiting for my flipper rebuild kit, and this machine should be done. A little bit of clear coat, and Bob's your uncle. Thanks for watching.